still don't think that anyone sane would want to wait in the middle of the ocean for 4 people.
I think we can trust this old
for
man.
sure if they would be coming back.
Well, I think we can trust this old man.
What would they do for supplies? Depending on how long would it take us?
I would like the old man's opinion on this argument.
Talon, the magician?
Yeah, Talon. If we just leave the ship here, we'll take our little detour.
We can't spend enough time here. Within 2 weeks, there would be a ravaging. We need to get back to Nausserine.
Oh yes, let's go somewhere. Let's not be at sea during that, okay? Alright, I don't give up.
So you guys are about here.
With all due respect, what you want isn't exactly urgent, but getting off the sea before the ravaging is.
Unfortunately,
I mean, in the future.
Trinesto's closer,
But you can't get there.
We would have to go through this tiny little inlet.
And
well, then why don't we just stop off in
Can't we change our flags?
Sela.
El Fancila?
Yeah, we can stop off on the coast there, chill out until the ravaging's over, and
That's
then.
about 2 weeks.
Then how are we gonna get to Trinesto or
Nausserine?
Nausserine.
No. What I'm saying isn't that. What I'm saying is that you would have to wait here for 2 weeks before the ravaging, and then you could start going.
Yeah, why not?
He goes, we need to get back to Nausserine. It's up to the captain, but we need to head back.
Isn't Nausserine more than 2 weeks or more than 2 weeks away?
About just 2 weeks. You guys will be just making
But
it
it took us a week to get from there to there. So then how's it?
It's also depends.
It's also probably a better ship.
It's
No
also
offense.
it's one, it's a better ship. 2, you guys are, instead of going into the wind, you're going with it.
Okay. Then whatever. Let's just go then.
Let's
Whatever.
go to Nausserine.
As soon as we get there, though, I'm staying on the ship. I don't want to walk there.
That's your choice. We go to Nausserine.
Okay, so you guys are heading out.
I'm gonna
just-
find myself a way to make myself a pirate lord.
In which the freaking paladin of all people becomes a pirate lord.
And so one thing he says, he pulls you into the cabin, the captain's cabin, and he...
Can I join her?
He also-
I'm trying to schmooze my way.
Marcos, he gives you the ship card. He says, we already have one of these, but
Thanks. I finally get it back.
take your property back.
Putting it back in my backpack.
Okay, can I like...
Actually, no, my backpack was
follow-
I don't have a backpack anymore.
It burnt up.
Yeah.
You can get a new one. You can ask for a new one.
Yeah, I'll just get a new satchel.
So you two go,
Okay.
and if anyone else wants to go as
Sure,
well.
I'll go.
So he kind of lets you in, and it's an extravagant room on the. So basically, here's the main deck is pretty big, and like I said, there are 2 layers. There's a mid deck, right? That's kind of like a little balcony leading out, and then there's a top deck, and this is where the steering wheel, the wheel is for the ship. This door right here enters into a chart room that is also the captain's room. And he goes, this is the captain's room. If there's anything I can do for you, just say the word.
What would you be able to teach me about the codes? Is that something we would have to learn
Yes.
in Nausserine, or?
Many years ago, there was these privateers, you might say. They were paid by the different empires to steal from other empires. And for a while, that's how most people attacked each other. They didn't attack each other directly. They just tried to harm each other's shipping routes. And at some point, it erupted into a full-scale war. This full-scale war, well, it got bloody extremely quick. And everyone decided it would be better if they decided on a peace for a while. And after that, all piracy was considered illegal, and all the privateers were considered, well, for a better choice of the word, criminals, and were to be hanged. These criminals met up, all men of all different races, who were disillusioned by their empires, and they made their own world. They made their own town. And that's what Nausserine is. It's built around an old manor, an old Eldoan fortress. And it's grown to be a city built upon equality and upon built upon equality and built upon freedom above all else. And that's what all of the codes are based on. I could never tell you all of the codes, but the code is that all men are free, all men are to be treated equally, and that all men have a chance for their own fate. And that's why most of the crew is angry. Slavery is extremely against the code, although some of the pirate lords are in favor of it.
Not the most objectionable philosophy ever, but the sailing part I do object to, but yeah.
It sounds fairer than most governments, to be fair.
Most governments, and we steal only from governments. We steal only from those who trade in the merchandise of the empires. Their rich are the only ones who get that wealth. None of the common man get it.
Well, I mean, you're the captain. I mean, I don't... We dwarf sailors have a code as well. But whose ship you sail on, those are the rules. The instance you can disagree and you can debate, but the rules are the rules. Your ship of whatever it is, your code. As long as I sail under your sails, that's what I'll follow.
Okay, and he goes, well, I say we'll set course for Nausserine, at least for now.
Yes, that seems to be the best course of action.
Well, to Nausserine then.
So, I'm just going to put a quick break because it's boring just to do the whole, you're traveling this way. But during the 2 weeks, you guys are all learning about the ship. You're learning about the people. You're learning about the town.
Time for a montage.
You got him, basically.
I will say that Evelyn's going to be making an effort to kind of make friends in the crew, just to prove that she's not the last captain. She's not going to be
I'm also
a total psycho
make
dick.
friends
She doesn't
and
want.
connections.
She doesn't want to be that.
So basically, what you've learned is that when you get there, you're a temporary captain.
Yeah, okay.
You're not a pirate lord. You're just a captain of a ship until you can get back and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before a different decision can be reached with the council.
Okay.
So, you guys are traveling. It takes about 2 weeks. You guys are learning how they do business. They sail all day, every day, just like every other boat, but they only travel in a huge mist of fog. And while you're on the boat, you learn from Taylor, Marcos. Mm-hmm. He starts not necessarily training you, but sort of just telling you about what he's experienced, right?
Right.
I see it. I'm sitting good. I got it. I did.
This little gap in the table is the most inconvenient thing ever.
So, anyway, do you guys want to do anything while you're on board? You guys are making connections and getting connected with the crew. And you can definitely...
I'm just pretty much by myself the whole time.
Up in the
I'm
crow's
talking to
nest?
Francesco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm searching for whales.
I'm just with
you got
Kate.
your harpoon gun back.
Yeah, I have my harpoon gun. I'm
There's
trying...
also one on the ship.
A whale?
Well, the
No,
handheld
harpoon gun.
harpoon.
Oh, handhold harpoon.
Well, no, not handheld. It's
the
mounted.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
what they use it for is pulling ships in.
I'm gonna give you your short sword back because now I have my weapon staff.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
observe
that
it to see if there is anything I can either learn or fix from it.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, basically, the ship is just... there's no dwarvish contraptions on
Yeah.
it. It's an elvish-made boat that
Ugh.
was grown from a trunk. This boat was never cut. It was grown into...
Baelish finds that very strange.
Yes, and that's how most elvish boats are made.
Yeah, so I do target practice with my weapon, with trying to get little sandbags or whatever I can shoot at without actually hurting anyone. Just to practice with it, test it out, give it.
They don't really do that on, but you can make stuff happen.
Okay, I can make something happen. I'm I test out my weapon because I've never really used it.
Yeah.
If we have
It
any
works fine.
spare wood or anything, that
Yeah.
you could
Or
use,
humans.
I was.
No.
Yeah, you practice with it.
We practice with the captain's corpse, the former captain's corpse.
That's been thrown overboard.
Okay, damn, that would have been funny.
They gave him a true pirate's grave.
I would like to find Kate. Where is he on the boat?
He's just on the boat. I mean,
Just chilling.
Chilling.
he goes, hey, Captain. Not Captain, sorry.
It's fine, Kate.
I also were there. I'm assuming we also have all the slaves that were on board now
Yes.
that are freed. I of course socialized with the dwarves. I'm assuming that are there any dwarves in the slave things?
Yes, there's 2 dwarves.
Okay, I socialized with the dwarves. What are their names?
Rag
Okay,
and Turvel.
Rag and Turvin. Turvin or Turble?
Turvel.
All right.
I was going to say rag and tag, and that would have just been a great.
They're twins.
Together, they fight crime.
They are cousins, though.
They're cousins.
And so, just real quick, while you're making connections, while you're staying in the captain's rooms for the time being, working with the charts and stuff, you do find there is a set of books in the room written by him.
Okay, I'll check those out. That
Yeah.
seems interesting.
So, what you see is that he's been seeing things recently. Well, before he died,
Yeah.
he was seeing things. He felt like he was getting sick. He couldn't keep his mind, and he was obsessing over this thing where he lived. There was this legend, and it was about this man named El-Ked, and he was a Gelish man.
Okay.
And he was a famous man, and there's a legend that he came to Paradunye over 600 years ago, way before the first elf landed on the shores. And he's obsessed about it, and you've never heard of it before.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask the old guy, Talon.
Talon, yeah.
Talon. I'm gonna ask, show this to him and ask. if
I've never heard of this before. This was the captain's?
Yes, it was in his room, and I'm assuming it's his writing.
It is. We'll have to ask someone else. I have no idea who El-Ked is.
Do you know, where he would have heard this and gotten so obsessed?
I've never heard about it. I'm sorry.
I guess I'm gonna kind of ask a few people around the crew if they know El-Ked.
Who are you gonna ask? He's
honestly,
a gal.
I'll probably ask all of these guys.
So
in
when you
particular.
ask him, he's sitting up in the crow's nest,
Yeah.
just being by himself. And you climb up there. What do you want to ask him?
Marcos,
Yes.
you are Gelish, are you not?
You could say so.
Have you ever heard a story about a man called El-Ked?
Have I?
He is the most famous man in El Dohe.
Never heard of him.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I got Yeah, I don't get any pluses to deception. Or no, deception's one of the things. Yeah, I got 20.
I got 6.
You think he's telling the truth?
All right, thank you for your time.
I'm gonna go ask Francesco now.
Okay. So you go talk to Frank.
No, Francesco's with me, so you could just ask him right here.
Oh, yeah.
Have you then heard of anything like that?
He kind of looks at you and he goes.
I'm gonna.
He looks at Marcus.
I'm gonna go.
He's confused about what that facial expression meant.
It was a nod to say you can say whatever you want.
He goes, El-Ked was a very famous man. He's the one who led the War of Independence against the Highwinders.
I was
He won.
lying. I was lying. I just didn't want to explain it to you.
And he goes,
Thank you for
I have
being
never.
honest now.
Why do you want to know who El-Ked is?
The former captain had some writings in his room that made mention of it, and it seemed he became obsessed with the stories.
What stories? There's many legends about him.
I'm assuming I have the book with me. I'm going around asking people around.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
you
just.
can
Yeah,
bring
so
it.
I'll show it to him.
He goes, I've never heard this legend. He created a new government, a republic, something that had never been done before. People wanted him to become the king after he led the War of Independence. But,
Washington.
But people called for him to be the king. He set up a republic, and then he just disappeared. No one knows where he went. I've never heard about him going to Paradunye,
What's this republic called?
the serene republic of Eldohe.
I'm gonna. So we're socializing with prisoners. I want to socialize with that one orc.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, I'm just gonna thank Francesco, and I guess I'll leave because that's as much as I'm probably gonna get.
Cool. What do you want to
That's
talk? You
something
talk to
I'll
the
get
orc.
later.
Yeah.
I'll be like, good to meet you.
You're the crazy man.
Not really crazy. I was just trying to escape.
Huh. He kind of chuckles really deep in the back of his throat, and he's a big guy. He's like 7 feet tall.
I can't tell if you're making fun of me or you're actually amused.
Those two things are closer than I think you'd like to think.
Fair enough. So what is your name, friend?
To give one's name is to give your soul.
Well, my name is Altair.
Oh, we found someone edgier than me.
RTR, not Altair.
I like this
RTR.
version of orcs.
What?
I like this version of orcs. Like, they seem a little more interesting.
Yeah.
Like, man flesh.
Yeah.
And now I have given you my soul.
I do not wish to give you my soul. I am sorry, but you may
What's he look like?
You may take this name. You may call me Okra.
I don't know if I can pronounce that.
It's like okra but with an ow.
You can call me Auk.
I'll call you Auk.
That's not
Good
my
to
name.
meet you.
He doesn't know what this means. He kind of just he doesn't know what a handshake is. He kind of just
I explained to him, like, this is a handshake.
he grips your hand extremely hard.
You got the gist of it.
Seems like big buff people are just beating the hell out of me lately.
And then I'm gonna laugh and be like, I like you.
I have no immediate feeling of you.
Oh my god, the orcs are like Drax. That's what they're like.
No, they just orcs have a different culture.
I know, like that's
We'll
just,
have
that's
a
just what I'm
different
thinking of. I'm
discussion
just
later.
thinking. It's probably because I just saw the movie recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find them and see what they're doing right now.
They're all in different, and this is all happening at different times. What are you just have been practicing?
You walk up to me.
You talk to the dwarves. So
Yeah.
you walk up, and Rag and what's his? I totally forgot.
It's okay. I got it. I've written it down.
Turvel. So Rag and Turvel they're hanging out. They're in the bunk area. You guys had to make a bunch more hammocks to get everyone like into the room.
Oh, this reminds me of one time where there was a vessel that there was a problem with the engine, so we had to stop. And we're just this whaling vessel. We're not that big, and this was like just this passenger ship.
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Rangvarn, actual Dwarven kingdom. What's the city I'm from? Out of character.
I can't remember the one you
actually-
said.
I know. I'm from Yurnbor. I went to Yurnbor, which is the capital. But
You just make up a town. I don't.
Okay. Hold on.
Say I'm from.
I'm from.
Silverware. Just
I am not from silverware.
Where are you from?
I am from albino whale.
Alvin Well. How about that?
Alban whale. Yes, I'm from Alban whale.
Oh, I don't know what that is. I'm
Small
from
port
the
city.
colonies myself.
Oh, and you? Who was that? Rag or
Yeah,
Turtle?
Rag.
Where from you, Turtle?
I am also from the colonies. We're both from Oslo.
Oh, Oslo. That's where I need to go. Yeah, I'm not.
They kind of like lean back because you just like totally screamed like, "That's where I need to go."
Sorry. I'm having a frustrating last couple of days. There's someone there on the run, and I need to get there as soon as possible. But now there's this detour. I don't think if I even go there now that I'll miss it.
Well, we were just going to we just went to Oslo. We were on our way back when we were caught.
Okay. Now I know you're gonna say something like you know 10 of these, but do you know a Jarvin Steinerson?
You're right. I do know Tenniv.
Okay, do you know a Jarvin Steinerson?
I don't know anyone by that name.
I'm like, okay, so I'm thinking of what questions to ask in order to go. What did I think he was doing in Oslo again?
You just heard he went there.
Okay.
You looked at the Traveler's Manifest at
Okay.
Bale and they
from
told
your
you.
episodes, I remember you guys saying that he was taller than most dwarves.
Yeah, he was
like,
a
would
little taller.
He
that
was
would probably
taller
be-
than most dwarves. He was a bit of a spiky beard.
I didn't see him, but Oslo's a big city.
Yes. Now, if you were to, I'm guessing. If you had, let's say that you had a sort of a patent that you could own an intellectual property but not fully yet, what would you do in Oslo with it?
I'm a dock worker. says Rag, and Turvel, he goes,
Yeah.
I'm just a sailor.
Don't question. I'm just a whaler myself. I'm just trying to this Yarvin Steinerson stole my plans. I'm trying to get my citizenship back from the kingdoms.
Oh, are you a Nurlo?
I'm a Nurdle, yeah.
We are also Nurlo.
Hey, my father once told me all dwarves are dwarves, Nurdle are not.
Huh.
Yeah.
They sort of laugh because it's really true and it hurts.
Yeah.
They basically can just be like stolen from and they can't fight it.
Yeah, no, it's we're all sort of. I'm just trying to get my citizenship back. So I'm just bonding with these dwarves.
Cool. I'll probably make that an episode, just like while you guys are on the road.
Yeah.
Just like one of those.
Backstory episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not backstory,
Well,
more like
world story
interlude.
kind of.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Anything else you guys want to do before we get to Nausserine?
I'm gonna see what Evelyn's up to.
I've mostly just been kind of chatting to people.
Yeah,
making
you've
friends,
been cleaning up the ship,
learning about the city, learning about the crew.
Yeah, they're basically just telling you, and I'll pull this up just because I can. Give me 1 second.
I still really want to just sing like "You Are a Pirate."
Yeah. Yar har skibberty dee.
Give it 1 second. This is a really big document.
Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
Yar har skibberty dee.
Or like some Flogging Molly, I don't know.
Oh, Flogging Molly's great, man. So this is Nausserine, and they've been able to show you a picture.
Nice.
There's a bunch of stuff to Nausserine as well. It's run by different, basically gangs. They own different territories. They fight over territories, and it's a very uncohesive government.
Okay.
They form a council that makes big decisions about the entire town, but at the central level, there's infighting. People fight for territory, people fight for rights, people fight for offenses, streets, anything. So these are the different territories. And the history behind it is that this boat used to be a Gelish and Eldohe boat
Okay.
before this captain did a mutiny. So Casimir did a mutiny on the Eldoan captain, and he basically kicked people out.
Why would they have an Elven boat?
It was not an Eldoan; it was an Eldoan pirate.
Yeah. Okay.
Because why not?
It's just a nice
the
boat.
best
It's a nice
boat.
boat, yeah.
It's a beautiful boat.
It's
So
okay.
anyway, this is it. So you know the names of the different crews. There's the Ring Takers, the Swan Dogs, the Jade Dragons, the Mischief, the Green Seers, the Avatars of Moktekaztu, the Avatars of Moktekaztu, the Crew, the Dark Ears, and the Greenies.
I imagine the crew just couldn't think of anything. They're just,
Yeah.
I mean, we're a crew.
They're the crew.
Yeah.
So anyway, anything else you guys want to do? You learn basically about that. You learn that the
Are there
government.
any other drow on the ship?
Yeah, there's just like 3 or 4.
Cool. I'd like to go meet them.
They don't care about you.
Oh, fuck them.
Well, the one thing about drow and elves in general is a lot of them don't feel like a racial, connection. They're more connected with the world itself, right?
Wow.
So a lot of them are in the belief that even though you're different races, you're all one life. Right, so they don't believe as much in racial boundaries.
Makes sense. All right.
So they really don't care if you're the same race, and they won't be your friend just because of their race.
I'm gonna go up to Evelyn. So, what have you been up to?
Learning about the city that we're going to, and
Anything else interesting?
So you guys,
there was that book I think I asked you about a while ago, the Elked.
Okay.
Apparently he's a famous man from Eldohe that the captain was obsessing over a possible story about him.
That explains the new silverware I found.
Damn it! It's just gonna be sacred silverware everywhere, isn't there?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys,
Imagine
it
how
is
they
2 weeks later, and you guys, in the distance, 2 days prior, just saw the, sorry. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. Shit. So you guys you guys went through all these aisles completely cloaked in a fog the entire way. And you rounded on Nausserine, and you guys see this lone island sitting in the middle of an ocean. And for about a week of the travel, you had not seen land. Like, you were afraid you were going back out into the wide ocean instead of staying in Paradonia. And you finally see this lone, flat island. And within the couple days of you rounding around it, you see a gulf, a place where like a little bay. And when you guys start coming in it, you are slowly aware that you are getting. Oops. So anyway, you guys start going down this. You guys start going down the bay into the port of Nausserine.